Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Thursday, July 17, 2025. Making the headlines tonight, Kaya woman fatally stabbed in family dispute over loud music. Cabinet announces 2 back-to-school GST free weekends. San Miguel farmer reports crop destruction by rodents. And footage shows a driver robbed mid-traffic in Belize City. We take our first break and return with news in detail.
B-Box offers Benny's customers the opportunity to earn points on their purchases at any Benny's locations or its entities, such as Best Manufacturing, Benquip, Island Freight Forwarders, Benny's Contractor and Lumberyard, and B-Mart. To learn more, visit our website at www.bbox.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with B-Box. Brought to you by Benny's, quality and savings.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
It's the Kikoker Lobster Fest 2025, and it's all going down Friday, July 18th, Saturday, July 19th, and Sunday, July 20th. The action kicks off Friday, July 18th with the opening ceremony at 7 p.m. with performances by the Belize Dance Company, Mariachi Los Halcones, and Agents of Groove.
From the time I reach, I walk in my way.
Then the action moves to Saturday, July 19th and Sunday, July 20th with a beach party, the Fisherman Lobster Competition and games, and music all day. On Saturday night, July 19th, you've got to be inside the dance called Rhythm and Waves with guest DJ Brandon Duke.
I just wanna party, party, party.
Lobster food and dishes will be on the menu for the entire Lobster Fest. Musical entertainment all weekend by DJ Julian, Via Starter Sound, DJ Emo, DJ Silva, DJ Chris, Evolution Sound, Prince Kevin, and the Youth Connection Band, hosted by DJ Dalla. This year's Kikoker Lobster Fest sponsored by the Kikoker Village Council, Belize Tourism Board, Pelican, LED Belize, Travelers Rum, Rapidito Construction Depot, Atlantic Bank Limited, San Pedro Belize Express, Blue Zen, San Pedro Town Council, Tropic Air Limited, and Belize Bank Limited. It's the annual Kikoker Lobster Fest, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Measles is a virus that is highly infectious and spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It often starts with a fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes, followed by a rash that spreads all over the body. Measles can cause serious complications. But here's the good news. Measles is preventable. The safest and most effective way to protect your child is through vaccination. The MMR vaccine is safe and available at your nearest health centers and clinics. Let's keep our families and communities safe. Get vaccinated. Stay protected. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness in partnership with PAHO and UNICEF.
Belize introduced its new electronic passport in 2022 through the launch of the Electronic Passport Issuance and Control System, EPICS. The e-passport includes an electronic chip that safeguards the holder's personal information and photograph. It also features a verification mechanism compatible with biometric systems such as smart gates at international borders. The passport's design reflects national pride, showcasing Belizean landmarks and symbols. It incorporates 26 modern security elements to prevent fraud and corruption. The introduction of the e-passport aims to enhance security, improve processing efficiency, and reduce application backlogs, benefiting Belizeans both domestically and abroad. The Ministry of Immigration, strengthening national sovereignty, security, and socio-economic development.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Police are investigating the stabbing death of 20-year-old Claritza Rosalie Granillo Rodriguez on Wednesday, July 16 after 9 p.m. in Spanish Lookout, Cayo. When police arrived at the scene, they observed her body on a veranda. She had multiple stab wounds. Initial investigations revealed Granillo was stabbed by her brother-in-law during an argument involving her partner, Edgar Gavarete, and his brother, Iris Gavarete, over loud music. She was injured with a kitchen knife to her torso and throat. Iris then fled the scene and was later detained by police. Authorities had, from the outset, detained her common-law husband, his father, and his younger brother as part of their investigation. All men are originally from Honduras. In the case of Iris, police say that the 24-year-old had recently entered the country illegally. Cabinet in its release today announced that there will be 2 GST-free weekends to support parents with their back-to-school expenses. The two weekends, that is, will be from Thursday, July 31 to Saturday, August 2nd, and from Friday, August 15 to Sunday, August 17. A farmer in San Miguel, Toledo, has reported an unusual infestation of rodents that he says destroyed their plantation of corn. He shared that they planted in May and June, and the rats came and dug up the fresh corn seeds and uprooted the young corn shoots, even chewing the stems of some pumpkin plants. He added that farmers replanted only to lose their crops again to the rodents and questioned if perhaps the forest fire that impacted their lands last year had something to do with it. The Minister of Agriculture says they will investigate.
Rodents in agriculture are common. Every year they're common. Rodents in standover cane are common. You didn't harvest your cane, forget it. The rodents will have it, right? So that you have rodent on a farm is not strange or surprising to anybody. Now, if it is an invasion of rodents, I don't know. I mean, what do you call an invasion? You have 10 rats in a field eating a pumpkin. Is that an invasion? But my technicians will have to go and make an assessment and report back to us. But I've never heard of rodents eating out the entire field. Right? You will have it. And it's like everything. If you have a bushy farm, if you have your corn and overgrown weeds, the rodent will find a suitable place to live, so he will live there, right? If you have a cane field that's bushy and weedy, then the rodents will live there.
So right? what I hear this person saying is that they've never seen it before, right? Seen rodents in their farm before. So have you, since being in this position, received any reports from years of rodents being in farms down south specifically? I know you said that in this specific case you haven't really gone out to investigate, your field officers.
No, sir. I've never heard of an invasion of rodents in any field. You will have cases, you have rodents are all over the country. You will find them in your farm. You have some rodent damage. You see the squirrels eating the coconut in dry weather, drinking the water of the coconut. They cut the coconut, destroy the fruit, drink it. You will find that. You will find rodents in cane field right now. You will find them in fruit orchards. You'll find them all over the place. But that you will have a field being eaten and devoured completely by rodents, I have never heard that before.
Footage captured on cell phone camera shows an apparent daring daylight robbery on Vernon Street in Belize City just before reaching the traffic lights at the intersection with Central American Boulevard. The footage captures the robbery in progress and shows 2 men on motorcycle stopped to the left front portion of a red Toyota SUV while the lights are red. The passenger said to have had a firearm. Dismounts the motorcycle and is then seen rummaging in the vehicle as the driver stands outside holding his hands up in the air. The robber is then seen leaving with a shoebox in a plastic bag, presumably containing an undisclosed amount of money. He jumps on the waiting motorcycle and the driver takes off. Police are investigating. Subsequently, footage emerged of another motorcycle robbery. In this one, 2 robbers targeted a parked Caribbean chicken truck. The 2 assailants arrived and the passenger dismounted and went into the cabin of the truck. Not finding anything there, he proceeded to rob the employee who was at an establishment. They then quickly sped off. The location of that incident has not yet been ascertained. In other news, claims have been circulated that the Ministry of Health was taking long to approve the importation of medication that was desperately needed by baby Emiliano, who succumbed last week to a rare genetic disease that impacted his mobility and other vital functions to remain alive. Minister of Health Kevin Bernard responded to these claims.
I have no such indication that is whether far here or there. as far as I'm concerned, I speak to the father. I spoke to the father. I was away on vacation, and personally, I spoke to the father because I know the gentleman very well. He's one of my constituents, and I, of course, offer my condolences to them on the loss. We know that it's a very rare illness that this child has had, and sadly, he passed. It's very rare cases that a child these type of rare conditions would survive. That's a sad reality. But I'm not aware that there was any such delay or complaints, because I would have gotten the information. I believe that they would have come to me, they would have asked, they would have complained. I have not heard any such complaint that there was delays in, and I can tell you that as much as, that's one reason too, we have been trying to ensure that we digitize certain processes. I have instructed my team at the ministry that there are certain processes that we have to digitize to make it more easy, accessible. But I have not heard any such complaint that there was any pullback or so from this. I understand from other persons from the family that they did get the medication, but they did not get the medication in time that they needed. But it's not a matter that the ministry had anything to do with the delays. I believe it's the procurement process that we had to use outside of the country.
After the break, artifacts found at tomb of Caracol's first king being examined. Stay with us.
Electricity is evolving, and BEL is leading the way with smarter connections across Belize. Meet AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's not just a meter, it's a smarter way to manage power. Smart meters record your energy use in real time and securely send the data to BEL. Key customer benefits include real-time insights into energy usage, improved home energy planning, integration of solar, battery, and EV technologies, and innovative customer service solutions. Get ready! AMI is coming soon to municipalities across Belize, including the Keys, to give you more control and reliability. BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Appliances that just don't last? appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día, para 10 días, y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Planning a trip to Belize? Here's how to complete your I Declare Arrival form in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Visit belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Step 2. Select the appropriate forms for arrivals. Choose Arriving to Belize. Step 3. Provide your origin trip details, including your departure airport and country of residence. Step 4. Carefully complete the immigration form. Add dependents if necessary. Declare baggage, currency, and merchandise, and confirm your entries are correct. Step 5. Download your completed form and take a screenshot of your QR code and reference ID to present to the immigration officer. Thank you for using Belize iTravel. Safe journey.
Last week, we reported the remarkable discovery made in February at Caracol by Doctors Arlen and Diane Chase, who are archaeologists from the University of Houston. It is believed they discovered the tomb of Tekab Chak, who is believed to be the first king of Caracol. In the tomb, they found a variety of special artifacts which would befit royalty. The Institute of Archaeology assures Belizeans that the artifacts are all in Belize, stored in a secure location. Belizean archaeologist Rumari Ku gave the media a peek at some of the artifacts which were found and explained what will happen to them next.
Here we only have a couple, just so that you guys can see what all were the variety that kept springing out. So you have pottery, you have jade, you have bone. All of these things kind of give in more of the idea of who was in there and add on to all of the aspects of who he was.
So can you tell me a bit more about those items then? Were these household items, jewelry, tools? What are we seeing?
So this person who was actually found in there was, of course, one of the dynastic rulers. When it comes to that, he was not buried with common household items. He was buried with very elite, very high-end material. So when it comes to ceramics, you usually find a lot of ceramics everywhere when it comes to sites. These ceramics are really important because not only are they painted, they're polychrome, meaning that they have different designs on them, but they're also formed in a way that they represent something. So if you see the top of the lids for all of these pieces, they all represent an animal on them. So that itself just goes to show that they took time to make these types of potteries. The designs, the engravement on the bone was really important because it brought that they took time to really bury this man with the finest things that they could find. Jade is an important thing here in Belize, and of course that being within the tomb gave a representation of elite, of status, and that adds on more of who was in that tomb. So he wasn't just buried with household items, he was buried with the finest things that they could find and give him. So that really adds on to more of his history. These will go through a digitizing process, restoration process, cataloging process to make sure that everything is inventoried and make sure that we know what is in Belize. And then from there, hopefully it gets to go on display for people. This is just one of the ways that it will be able to go on display for people.
The Labor Department mediated another meeting with the KHMHA Workers Union and the hospital's management on Monday regarding the issue of pension. On Wednesday, when the Minister of Health, Minister Kevin Bernard, was asked to comment on the matter, he reaffirmed that the issue is for the authority and the union to resolve. He described the government as an intermediary, given that the authority is a statutory body. He shared an update on the discussions.
At the ministry, we only regulate the functions of KHMH. However, the authority has its own mandate. Government subsidized services at KHMH in terms of providing a subvention. And I'm happy that we have seen where cool heads have been able to sit down and renegotiate. I know that the union wrote a counter proposal. The authority felt that it had to go to labor because there were steps taken, industrial action that was taken that had to be looked at, and so the labor commissioner had to step in. Ministry of Labor had to step in, and so this is the stage where negotiations are taking place. As I said, they made a counter proposal to what was being offered by the negotiating team, and I'm hoping that within 2 weeks when they come back, because I am told that at the meeting last week, and I know they had a meeting on, not mistaken, on Monday, where the union said that they will take back the proposal that the negotiating team, which involves members from the Ministry of Finance, Financial Secretary especially, is part of the negotiating team. Our ministry is part of the negotiating team. The union, of course, had their representatives there, and the Ministry of Health. And so I'm told that they're going to meet with their membership and then come back within 2 weeks with a response.
Before the end of this year, there should be a change in command at the Belize Defense Force, as Commander Brigadier General Azario Loria is going on pre-retirement leave soon. He spoke about his imminent departure.
I was to be on pre-retirement leave at this point in time because I have quite a bit of leave that I have not taken. And usually, as a senior officer, we tend to compile a bit of leave. So the ministry has decided to keep me on for another 3, 4, perhaps 5 months. But my contract expires on the 21st of December of this year. So from they extended for me to continue serve until September, October, thereabout. After which I will have to proceed on pre-retirement leave.
Who succeeds you?
I don't know. That is not for me to say. It's not my call. That's above my pay scale. We have some candidates, for sure. The ministry and the government of Belize will ask for some of my recommendations, and we have prepared some senior officers there. That they are very good candidates. All of them have their strengths and some little weaknesses, but they are strong candidates. And at this point in time, I cannot say. But in due time, I will make my recommendations, and we have the succession plan in place now. Yes, not like before. Before people the generals kept asking for extension. Not this general. This general will not ask for any extensions because we have the succession plan in place. They are fully prepared. They have went to the relevant war colleges and they understand the theories of war, strategies, deployment, the logistics, and etc. of how to run an army, how to run a force.
In health news, the Belize Cancer Society today held their second annual Men's Forum at Old Belize, just outside Belize City. During the event, men spoke about their experiences surviving cancer, and medical professionals shared information on men's health and mental health. BCS President Kim Simplice Barrow spoke on the importance of men getting access to such safe spaces.
For us at the Belize Cancer Society, it's very important that we address some of the difficulties that men faces when they're journeying through cancer or whatever health issues they may have. It really is a space for men to talk about the different issues, specifically men's health issues that they are facing. They have the experts, panelists that will be able to guide them, and they will be able to ask questions. It's a safe space for them to do so.
Talk to us about why it was important to create that space where men could feel comfortable.
Well, we know that men are always reluctant to seek medical help, and so what we're trying to do is we're trying to get them to be comfortable in seeking medical help, and we're trying to empower them to know that it is not something to be scared of. It is not something that will make them weak. It is that they need to know that it shows us strength when they access mental care, health and mental health care.
Karen Roberts, the PAHO Belize advisor on non-communicable diseases and mental health, spoke on their involvement in the initiative.
Well, PAHO is happy to be associated with the second year of this activity geared at encouraging men to take more responsibility generally for their health, and more particularly in the areas of cancer prevention, screening, early detection, treatment, and the whole issue of survivorship care for men who might already be sick. We feel that men need to do a little more in terms of taking care of their own health. And as a result, this activity today is geared to be able to create that awareness and to be able to move from the point of awareness. Because, sometimes it's not a case that the men don't know, but to be able to try to prompt them to act, to take the kinds of actions that are needed. So we're hoping that the discussions today would be able to give us that kind of effect.
One of the cancer survivors who shared their story was Anwar Barrow, who said he feels societal pressures prevent men from seeking health care.
I think that cancer, when I was affected by the disease in the 80s as a child, was much more stigmatized than now. And so at that time it was a secret. People looked at you in a different way, but now it's become so prevalent. Everybody knows somebody who has been affected by cancer, or they themselves might have been. So people have done a lot over the years to share and normalize it so that people can understand that it is a disease which in the majority of the cases is preventable with early detection and treatment. Well, I think that the social norm in society is for men to endure, men to be strong, and men to be less talkative and emotional. And I understand that, but when it comes to health, that is something that talking about it and sharing it helps to break down that barrier of people going to the doctor. Nobody likes to go to the doctor. I don't like to go to the doctor, even though I've been there so much over the course of my life. And so the easier we can make it to accept that, the better the treatment rates and survival rates will be for diseases across the board, I would think.
After the break, Minister says they will assess repurposing sargassum for sugar industry. Stay tuned.
It's the Kikoker Lobster Fest 2025, and it's all going down Friday, July 18th, Saturday, July 19th, and Sunday, July 20th. The action kicks off Friday, July 18th with the opening ceremony at 7 p.m. with performances by the Belize Dance Company, Mariachi Los Halcones, and Agents of Groove.
From the time I reach, I walk in my way.
Then the action moves to Saturday, July 19th and Sunday, July 20th with a beach party, the Fisherman Lobster Competition and games, and music all day. On Saturday night, July 19th, you've got to be inside the dance called Rhythm and Waves with guest DJ Brandon Duke. Lobster food and dishes will be on the menu for the entire Lobster Fest. Musical entertainment all weekend by DJ Julian, Firestarter Sound, DJ Emo, DJ Silva, DJ Chris, Evolution Sound, Prince Kevin, and the Youth Connection Band, hosted by DJ Dalla. This year's Kikoker Lobster Fest sponsored by the Kikoker Village Council, Belize Tourism Board, Belikin, LED Belize, Travelers Rum, Rapidito Construction Depot, Atlantic Bank Limited, San Pedro Belize Express, Blue Zen, San Pedro Town Council, Tropic Air Limited, and Belize Bank Limited. It's the annual Kikoker Lobster Fest, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns. Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
It's the Kikoker Lobster Fest 2025, and it's all going down Friday, July 18th, Saturday, July 19th, and Sunday, July 20th. The action kicks off Friday, July 18th with the opening ceremony at 7 p.m. with performances by the Belize Dance Company, Mariachi Los Halcones, and Agents of Groove.
From the time I reach, I walk in my way.
Then the action moves to Saturday, July 19th and Sunday, July 20th with a beach party, the Fisherman Lobster Competition and games, and music all day. On Saturday night, July 19th, you've got to be inside the dance called Rhythm and Waves with guest DJ Brandon Duke. Lobster food and dishes will be on the menu for the entire Lobster Fest. Musical entertainment all weekend by DJ Julian, Via Starter Sound, DJ Emo, DJ Silva, DJ Chris, Evolution Sound, Prince Kevin, and the Youth Connection Band, hosted by DJ Dalla. This year's Kikoker Lobster Fest sponsored by the Kikoker Village Council, Belize Tourism Board, Pelican, LED Belize, Travelers Rum, Rapidito Construction Depot, Atlantic Bank Limited, San Pedro Belize Express, Blue Zen, San Pedro Town Council, Tropic Air Limited, and Belize Bank Limited. It's the annual Kikoker Lobster Fest, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 18th, 19th, and 20th.
It's no secret that men tend to seek healthcare services far less than women. Cancer also tends to be associated with women more than men, but men are also susceptible to getting cancer. Belize Cancer Society President Kim Simplice Barrow said that when cancer is detected in men, many times it is already at a late stage. She said the treatment can be expensive, but it is more so if it is detected late.
I believe that one of the things that we're seeing is that most men, when diagnosed with any type of cancer, it's already at a late stage. And that's what we're trying to address. We're trying to get our men to seek medical attention if they have any kind of symptoms, if they feel anything, for them to seek medical help immediately. And a lot of it has to do with the stigma associated with men seeking help or medical attention, and that's one of the reasons why we are hosting this conference, to really educate our men, to empower men to make right decisions, not just for them, but for their families, for their communities. We need healthier men in our country. We need healthier men. We need healthier boys in our countries.
Dr. Jorge Hidalgo is an internist and critical care specialist at Belize Healthcare Partners Limited. And he is also a cancer survivor. He said that men often delay getting medical checkups, but assured men that it is normal to feel scared and stressed.
Among men, that's usually the case. We're trying to delay things, so we say, okay, I'm going to do this probably next year, or probably when I'm 50, and usually we're afraid to reach. When we reach 30, we say, oh, I'm reached 30, I'm getting old. When we reach 40, we say, oh, I'm getting older. And when we reach 50, we are completely afraid. I reached 50, and at that point, no problems, but just immediately after that, when I face the diagnosis, no? I mean that things can happen any time, and then if we do those preventative measures, it will allow us to catch things earlier, and it will, of course, give us the opportunity to better survival and better options of treatment. It's inevitable when we have a diagnosis like that, the fear and uncertainty of diagnosis of cancer brings to the patients, bring to us, regardless if you are a man or a woman, is definitely create this space. But in our particular group of men, since we are essentially most of the time the ones that care about the family, cares about the different situations in around us, then that definitely put an additional stress. You know, how we are going to deal with bills, how we are going to deal with those work, and what is going to happen with my family. No? I mean that it's natural to have those fears and uncertainty, but the most important thing is that we need to have resilience and face the situation as they are. No?
Belizeans are encouraged to make yearly doctor visits and do yearly blood testing to ensure we are healthy and to be diagnosed early should we have a non-communicable disease such as cancer. Cancer screening can be done at most private laboratories in the country. However, many are afraid of needles, particularly men. Brandon Padilla, a medical laboratory scientist at Belize Healthcare Partners Limited, explained that the procedure is quick. BHPL is also offering a 20% discount on PSA testing for men this month.
So currently we offer PSA testing. We offer your cancer markers, also colorectal cancer, pancreatic cancer, liver, testicular cancer. These tests range from the prices of $150 to $195. The importance of getting tested is that early detection saves lives, right? So we know that there's a stigma that males do not like to get tested, but we encourage them to come out, seek help. Like I said, early detection saves lives. It's a simple blood test. Certain men are under the impression that it's a physical test, but no, most things can be done through your blood. The blood test, we draw your blood at the laboratory and we run that test. It takes 45 minutes. The turnaround time is the same date you're going to get your results back. The PSA is offered through NHI. The NHI covers it for males over 40. For persons that are not registered at the NHI clinics, we do offer a discount, 20% discount on PSA, and I encourage all males to come out and get tested, Yeah, they get the discount if they say promo PSA.
Should someone be unfortunately diagnosed with cancer after screening, what treatments are available in the country? Dr. Jorge Hidalgo, an internist and critical care specialist at BHPL, explained what services are offered in Belize and which would require treatment abroad.
Overall, we have most of the screening tests available in Belize, but when you face cancer right now in Belize, we can have chemotherapy and some for some type of cancers, also some surgery, not for all the type of cancer, but we have some surgeries for some type of cancers. We don't have radiotherapy. I mean that's the next thing. When a patient needs radiotherapy, they most of the time need to seek medical attention in the neighbor countries because that is not available in Belize, and that basically signifies that you need to be out of the country at minimum for 2 to 3 months, and you need to have accommodation. I mean that's also additional burden for the patients that are dealing with cancer. I'm in Belize for the last 21 years, and of course, when I initially came in 2002, we struggled with certain things, but I believe looking back 21 years back, we definitely have some significant advancement in the way how patients care and also the different technologies. I'm completely agree that definitely there are more to do, but I believe it's a very significant advances. We have oncology, Dr. Jacob, who is our oncologist in Belize, and also we have several other laboratory support, and as well in terms of imaging, also we have many technologies that are now available for diagnosis purposes.
Sargassum turned into fertilizer is gaining traction in some places in the Caribbean, and trials for compost from sargassum are ongoing. In Florida, they are exploring making biochar from sargassum to enhance a soil fertility and water retention. With increasing volumes of sargassum washing ashore along Belize's coastline, the Minister of Agriculture, Hosemai, was asked if sargassum can be repurposed to the sugar industry up north, currently grappling with a fusarium infestation linked to soil degradation.
I've read some articles on sargassum. One of my CEO's son, I think, did his research on sargassum in the University de Quintana Roo, and I think the results from his research show that sargassum doesn't have any high nutrient value, and it also has some heavy lead in it. I think it has some heavy lead in it, heavy metals in it, And so I'm not sure, but my colleague in Dominican Republic, the Minister of Agriculture, says that there is a company in DR that is using sargassum for fertilizer, using it, processing it, and using it along with other things for fertilizer. So we discussed in the cabinet yesterday, and so we are asking some of our partners in development to help us organize that we can take a look at what they are doing in Dominican Republic and if it is something that can be replicated in Belize. I've made that contact already with my colleague in Dominican Republic to see if he will host us to see what they're doing with sargassum there. But I'm not sure if there is something to do for fertilizers. But they are saying that yes, that in combination with other things, they are doing fertilizers with it. So it's something to look at.
And Belize has been using a new technique to be able to make 3D copies of special archaeological artifacts found within the country. The technology is known as photogrammetry. Catherine Koyi, the Research and Enforcement Officer at the Institute of Archaeology, explained that this technology is important considering that we are prone to natural disasters which pose a threat to our physical artifacts.
We live in a region that's kind of prone, not kind of, but we are prone to natural disasters. And because we don't have maybe sometimes the best facilities that will properly protect these things from floods or hurricanes, one way we can perfectly preserve an artifact as it's been found is through digital photogrammetry. So the process of that is taking several pictures from every possible angle of the object, and the program basically stitches those together and it creates a nice little model in 3D space.
So what are the benefits of photogrammetry for persons who can't come here and see these in person?
Well, the benefits is that we are able to share these scans with the public. We are also able to send them to people that are far away that might be interested in looking at the object but can't come to Belize for whatever reason. It's great for students that would like to know more about artifacts because during our work at the Institute, we have noticed that sometimes people aren't fully aware of like the length and breadth of all the kinds of artifacts that are in Belize. So it's really important for us to document as many things as we can and to be able to share those, especially with our Belizean students, so that they can learn more about archaeology and kind of demystify what's happening in the Maya region.
Koyi shared what types of artifacts have been preserved in the Belize collection and how they can be accessed online.
Okay, so in the Belize National Collection, we have probably some really iconic pieces that you might be aware of already. The jade head, for one, that is a part of the National Collection. All artifacts found in Belize are considered a part of the National Collection, whether it's just a tiny potsherd or if it's a magnificent like jade mask. All of these things are considered a part of the National Collection. However, some things cannot be manipulated in the way that we need to for photogrammetry. So during my live session with you guys, you saw that I was flipping it over and putting it down and spinning it. Some of these things, if you do that, they might just fall apart again, and we would really not. We wouldn't want to put them in a position to be more damaged, because sometimes you can't put things back exactly as they were. We have collaborated with the Ministry of Education, and they have this wonderful website called Access 501, and each of our archaeological reserves will have a tab, the terrestrial ones that is. The terrestrial archaeological reserves have a tab, and they have various artifacts from them that have been scanned, and I'm sure we will be expanding that collection in the future.
And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. To repeat, can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.